Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Om Samastajana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Satgurum Brahma Vidwaram. Om Satchidananda Rupaya Vishwotpattyadihetave Tapatraya Vinashaya Shri Krishnaya Vayam Numaha. Hare Om. So our text for this session is Manah Shodhanam. That means purification of mind. This subject is very, very important from many standpoints. We'll see one by one. The very first point is that all said and done, all people listen to their mind only. Children don't listen to anybody. Youth also don't listen. And senior citizens, of course, don't listen to anybody. Many times, we seek somebody's advice, guidance. We may do that, but when it comes to actual action, we only do what we like on. So we follow our mind. And since we only listen to or follow our mind, it is very important that our mind is pure. That's why one Vedic prayer also is Tanme Manaha Shiva Sankalpam Astu. May my mind be filled with auspicious thoughts. Because if our mind is pure, then our decisions also will be right, and then our actions also will be in accordance with that. So the first reason that our mind must be pure, because we listen to our mind. Sometimes I say, no, I listen to my guru. That also because your mind has accepted him to be your guru. One day say, what guru? People keep on changing. The gurus also, mantra also, everything they change. Why should I listen to him? God has given me also mind, intellect. Right? Therefore, mind should be purified. One reason. Second, we tend to pay a lot of attention to our physical body, particularly good look. I should look good. So good look is there, health also there. And even when we become old and the wrinkles are there, but we again try to do some facelift and some cosmetic things and all that to look young. But when we climb the staircase, the age becomes very evident. How long you will hide? So we pay a lot of attention to our body. And on the other side, our intellect. Acquiring many degrees of university degrees and specializations, in different fields Like medicine, so only MBBS. What is that MBBS? Huh? There must be specialization. Then there is a super specialization also. So our intellect is growing like anything. So much importance is given to body and also to the intellect, acquiring degrees. Huh? But in between is the mind, and we don't pay attention to that mind. And the mind is a seat of emotions and feelings. And we know that, however healthy, wrestler person may be, or very intellectually bright person, huh? But when the emotions come, the force of emotions so strong that they get swept away. Now you see, even the school level also, the children are committing suicide. The rate is increasing all over the world. And those who are very highly brilliant people, they also commit suicide. So many families break down, these, that, also because emotions take over. Not our reasoning and all that. Then our reasoning also is swept away. So if the emotions are so powerful, isn't it necessary that we really understand them? So we pay attention to the body, attention to the intellect, but the mind rules. Mind rules. And therefore also it is necessary that our mind is purified. Another point. All of us have got great wealth with us. And that great wealth is called the peace of mind. Suppose so many other things are there, money is there, power is there, but mind is always restless. All people at least want peace of mind or not. In our many question answer sessions, one common question is how to get peace of mind. I tell them I can give piece of advice. But peace you have to discover. Because our mind gets shattered into pieces. Why our mind is not at peace? Because our mind is not pure. The purity of mind will give the serenity of mind. But when the mind is impure, how can there be any shanti? And ashantasya kutas sukham. And person is very restless, there is no peace. Can he be happy? Can anybody say, I am very restless, but I am very happy? They don't go together. So even for this purpose also, the purity of mind is important. Another thing. See, in the world what we find, there is so much of conflict at social level, national, international. And who are those people who are ruling over all these nations and all of them? Different kind of scams you come to know. Huh? Every day some. Now all that is brought about by poor people, weak people, illiterate people, or they say corruption at high places. Those who have got physical might or financial or political power and all that they have got, and the leaders, so much power is there. If the mind does not have that nobility, then what will happen? That we are seeing, I don't have to give big commentary on that. Every day, I only try to see the headlines. What is happening? I don't read details and all that. You read only headline. And one common point I have understood, and that is all are in trouble. That is a common thing. Any country you see, any kind of that only, trouble only. So if those, particularly those who wield power, their minds have to be very pure. If one person is not that, so his only life or limited area is there that will be affected. But those are leading, and if they go astray, then what will be the situation? Therefore, all those who have power, and every individual to some extent has power, and therefore also mind should be purified. Now we come to the spiritual point. Now spiritual seekers, they follow different paths. There are 4 famous paths are there, yogas are there. Of course, there are so many kinds of subdivisions. One is called the path of action, called karma yoga. Second is called the path of knowledge, jnana yoga. Third is called bhakti yoga, yoga of devotion. And also is called ashtanga yoga, or called raj yoga also called. Yoga mark. 4 are famous. Now, whichever path you are following, in every path, the important factor is Manah Shuddhi, purity of mind. Whether you follow the Bhakti Yoga, Jnana Yoga, whichever yoga you follow. So then you can see the importance of this topic of Manah Shodhanam. Thinking, understanding this only, that inspiration had come for composing these shlokas by God's grace or Puja Guru's blessings. Manah Shodhanam. So these are the few points I have told you why this topic is very important. The most important is we listen to our mind. That's one reason itself is enough. It is said, those whose minds are very, very pure, they do not have to consult anyone else. They don't have to find out what the scripture says about this or anyone else says. Satam hi sandeha padeshu vastushu pramanam antakarana pravruttayaha. Those who are noble people, Satpurushas, they do not need any other kind of evidence, proof, or guidance. What the thoughts which arise in their mind, that is praman, because their minds are so pure. One particular epithet or adjective that one name that is given for Bhagavan Ramchandraji, in the Srimad Bhagavad it is said, Upashikshitatmane Namaha. Salutation to that Bhagavan Ramchandraji, Upashikshitatma. That means he made his own mind his own disciple. And he educated, trained, mastered his own mind. And that's a big, that whole Ramayana, there are two important characters. On one side there is Bhagavan Ramchandraji and other is Ravana. Ravana has got so much power, wealth, everything, but mind. That's why people don't name their children as Ravana. Why not? Why don't you tell me? Powerful man? Once one person came to me and he asked me, why people don't name their children or child as Ravana? I said, why don't you do it? Why so other people should do it? He said, no, without naming also he behaves like that. Why do you want to give the name Ram? Bhagavan Sadhu Nikshanaya Nama. Bhagavan Ramchandra ji is a touchstone, a standard of goodness. So now I have given few points about the importance of this topic. Now let us see from spiritual standpoint also it is said, very famous statement in the Upanishads and others also, Mana eva manushyanam karanam bandha mokshayoho. A mind alone is the cause of our bondage, and mind alone is the means of liberation. Bhagavad Gita says, mind is our best friend and mind alone is our worst enemy. This statement is important. Therefore, to befriend the mind. Make that mind your friend. And I tell you, mind by itself is not that bad or anything like that. But we have not paid attention. See, when something gets neglected, then it becomes problematic. But if you pay attention to that, then it is very good. So, you cannot go on fighting with your own mind. How long you will fight? Or what for what? Don't fight. Understand mind. Understanding is important. But if I say conquering the mind, again you think it is an enemy. Understand mind. And I tell you, it will behave so beautifully. It won't go astray or anywhere else. And that's what we are trying to understand in this text. What is that which prevents and what that is creating problem? So, in the moment you say purification of mind, that means there is something, some impurity has come in that. But it can be removed also, no? Like water, some impurity, distillation takes place and all that, you remove that. Then water by itself is pure only. All the impurities are held in suspension. This is a very beautiful topic and very big, but I think this much introduction is enough, and we will begin now. You have got the book with you? Very good. If you don't have now, don't get up and go, but afterwards you can. We have the book in Hindi also and English also. So now see here, the first shloka, I read, you follow. Okay? Paramatma Dvayanandaha Sarvabhutasthitopiha Ajnanenavruto Drishtaha Tathaiva cha mano malaihi. Paramatma Advaya Anandaha. Generally, according to our tradition, we write a Mangal Shloka, a prayerful shloka, invoking auspiciousness. But here I have not written any one particular shloka as such, but the very word Paramatma Advaya Anandaha, that itself is remembrance of God. No need of any other separate shloka also. Paramatma, the Supreme Self, Advaya Anandaha, Advaya non-dual, Anandaha blissful. The non-dual blissful Supreme Self, that Paramatma, Atma means which is self of all beings, Param means limitless, not conditioned by any factor of time, space, objects and all that. That supreme, infinite, limitless reality, blissful self, sarva bhuta sthitaha. It is there in the heart of all beings. Remember, when we say all beings means Brahmadi Stamba Paryantam, right from the heart of the Creator down to a cellular organism also. That Paramatma is there in the hearts of all beings. In the Bhagavad Gita, in the 15th chapter, Bhagavan says, Sarvasya chaham mridi sannivishtaha. I am there in the hearts of all beings. So it is there in your heart, in my heart, everybody's heart. And same way present. Little creature or the creator. Yeah. There is no change because that life, the consciousness is the same. There is no partiality. Samoham sarva bhuteshu. Bhagavan is same in all beings. Oh, the Paramatma is in my heart. Yeah. But sarva bhuta sthitopi, yadyapi, even though that Bhagavan is there in the hearts of all beings, but adrushtaha, but not seen at all. And all are searching, where is God? See, when people ask, where is God? They are sure it is not there here. Everybody's idea is it is somewhere else only. Huh? It is in your own heart. Sarva bhuta sthita. It is in your body. It is in your senses. It is in your mind. It is in your intellect. Sarva bhuta sthita. Api, the her letter is aware. It does not have any special meaning, but indeed it is there. But even though that Bhagavan, the Paramatma, is in the hearts of all beings, but adrushta means unseen, means unknown. Some people don't believe in God. Some people, even though they believe, but they think, let him be there wherever he is. As long as it doesn't interfere with us, is all right. Whatever it is that. Or some people say it's there, but it will be ever unknowable. They say it will never be known. Such philosophies are also there. So, sarva bhuta sthitopi, it is there in my heart also, but still I don't know it. See, ananda means that blissful self is in my heart and still I am so sorrowful. Huh? Unenviable position it is. What a miserable state. Huh? So, if that blissful self is there, and what is Advaya? Advaya means that Ananda Swarupa is such, it does not depend upon any other factor. You see, all our worldly pleasures are such, two factors are required. Some object, then I am enjoying it with the senses. But here, Ananda is, by very nature, it is Ananda Swarupa. Full, complete. So, why we are not seeing? See, if something is there and we don't see it or we don't know it, the cause can be ajnanena avrutaha, because it is veiled by, covered by, concealed by ignorance. We don't know it. See, we are so much identified with our body and living body, we never even know that our body does not have its own life. What is the factor? Because what? It is living. So much ignorance is there. Our buddhi also is covered with this ignorance. Ajnanena avata. So one is, ignorance is there. Because of ignorance we do not know that such great reality, which is my own self, it is there in my own heart. And Ananda Swarup it is. Ajnanena avrita. Adrishta. Adrishta means not seen, means not known. We don't know it. And tathaivacha manomalaihi. And another thing is, also it is covered with many, many impurities of mind. Ignorance is there. And ignorance created so many kinds of that impurities are there. Now, what are those impurities? All that we'll see one by one. That's our text, So, ignorance and also the impurities of mind, they are putting a great avaranam on that, cover on that, and we do not know it. And keep roaming about here and there. Tena muyyanti jantavaha. Bhagavan Sri Krishna says, being as covered by ignorance, people are deluded. Brahmanilaye paribhramantaha. Roaming about, wandering the wilderness of all delusion. Paramatma dvayanandaha sarvabhutasthitopiha ajnane navruto drishtaha tathaiva cha manomalaihi. That we'll see tomorrow. Okay? Shri Krishna Govinda Hare, Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare, He हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव, श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव, श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव, श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव, वासुदेव। श्री कृष्णचंद्र भगवान की जय। हे सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की। ओम पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरि ओम। श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि